What is going on today, guys? Man, there is so much going on in the community right now that it is just about absolutely crazy. So today on Throwback Thursdays, I'm going to have Chester Cheese, right? Or Chester Cheese, Chester, whatever we want to call this guy, right? The Cheeto guy. So we're going to have him on here. Now, I'm calling him a throwback on Throwback Thursdays because this guy has been out for a while. And I know that they're trying to like trick us, and they're bringing out 15, 16, 17 different variances, as they often do, right? They come out with this guy 15, 16, 17 different times, and they call them all different. To me, they all look just like this guy did. And I want to say that he came out at the beginning of last summer. Now, I could be wrong. Don't absolutely quote me on that. But I know that it's not a new pop, right? So he's going to be 77 out of the group. Now, I don't know if everybody here knows it, but I'm kind of an ad icon person, right? I really like my ad icons. I really like my movie pops. Now, I didn't realize how much I liked my movie pops all the way up until probably about the time that I started building this studio, right? Because I had run out of space. Some of these guys were kind of like sitting in storage almost, kind of stacked up. So it wasn't until I started fully getting my collection organized that I realized just how many like movie pops that I have. So I have a slight problem when it comes to the movie pops. When it comes right down to it, I have a slight problem with those guys. Man, guys, I have been looking forward to today because I have been staying away from the Funko Shop Instagram, because that's what I do with y'all every Thursday. We get on here and we go look at that, and I know that they've had so much going on, and I kind of threw a poll out there, and I'm hoping, look, if y'all haven't had a chance to go check out my polls, go check out my polls. So I'm kind of throwing some polls out there, and I'm doing these for two reasons, right? I know everybody's seen the whole YouTube's broken algorithm. Don't buy into it. It's garbage. It's just misinformation. We do that all too often. We really shouldn't, but we do. Don't pay that any attention. So I know that's like what brought in the polls. That's what brought in the idea of the polls with me, right? So that's what brought it in, but now I'm doing them a little different. So I want you to go check out the polls, and I want you to honestly vote in the polls, right? Because this is going to help my interaction out with you. As if I put on there, do you want to see a video about Stan Lee? Don't say yes if you don't want to see it. I mean, so go on there and let your voice be heard, right? Go check out my polls. I sincerely, I want you to go check out my polls, and that way you can give me your honest opinion on this. Now, Chester Cheese is coming into the Throwback Thursday because, well, he's a throwback, and they just released like two different versions of him. One of them, some crazy glow version where they have like him, it looks like some kind of like Chester Cheese flames almost they have going up. And then there's like they come out with the what do they call it, the flocked version, and so now they have a glow, a flock. Before you know it, they'll have a metallic. I mean, it just, the possibilities are endless when it comes to Funko. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Chester Cheese is one of my favorite ad icons. This is a pretty awesome pop. I love how they have it looking a lot like you would see like on the Chester Cheese bag. The colors are right on spot. I mean, they did a really good job with this guy, right? I mean, right down to it, they did a great job with him. But don't forget to go check out my polls, because this is how we are going to communicate. This is how I'm going to ask y'all questions on what you want to see. This is how I'm going to start gauging a lot of things. And so I've got some serious stuff that I want to talk about today. But before we get into that, I kind of want to like go through the chat over there and see who we have today, because I see that we've already got like some phenomenal people over there right now, guys. And look, I truly appreciate y'all, and I want y'all to understand this. So let's see who we got over there. Puff TV, buddy, I really appreciate you coming. Chase's Kingdom, as always. How are you doing, brother? Fabian, my buddy, how are you doing, man? It's always good to see you guys. Always good to see you guys. And if there's anything that y'all want to talk about, I didn't realize that he didn't stand on his own, guys. if there's anything that y'all want to talk about, throw a comment over there. Let me know what it is that you want to talk about. That way we can get to it. But there's so much going on in the community, and I have so much that I want to talk about. So if I don't get to it now, I'm going to tell you that I'm sorry. What's up? How are you doing today? Tyrell is how I'm going to say that. If I said that wrong, I'm truly sorry, but I tried. So let's see. Fabian says, let's talk about the Superman comics. Yes, Fabian, I am going to bring that up here in a little bit. I'm going to actually probably go to that post and pull that picture, as a matter of fact. But before we get like much into this, guys, I want to say that yesterday I applied for my monetization, and that felt good. But I want to thank everyone here, because I could not be there without you, right? So let me thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. Now, I don't see any problems with my application process. I didn't do anything to taint my application process, so I don't see a problem with it going through. It's just going to be a time thing, right? So it's just a waiting process at this point. But let me say thank you guys for being right there with me, beside me, walking with me every single step of the way. I truly appreciate it, guys. And look, nothing's going to change with me, so don't think that it is. We're still going to do the same song and dance. I'm still going to talk about the same things. So it's just going to continue down the same path. I just wanted to say that I appreciated you guys, and that it's a lot of fun. Now, don't forget, tomorrow, me and Mr. TechBot, we go live every Friday at 6 p.m. So don't forget to come check us out tomorrow. We're also going to be going over the Funko Fair, but we are also going to be doing one of those little mini giveaways, right? So we'll do, I think we're going to do 2 this time. We got 2 channels. We're going to do some chat, shout outs, and we'll do the whole thing like we did last time. So it'll be a from beginning to end giveaway. So make sure that you come check us out. And it's going to be just a lot of fun. And today has just been a really interesting day. And I'm going to get to the Instagram here in a second, and we're going to talk about it. But something got sent to me today that he said, Fabian says, let's talk about your mailman hating you. Yeah, Fabian. Well, it happens, and I'll make sure I pull that up real quick while I'm going to that. But the word of the day, check this out, guys. The word of the day is going to be orchidlicious. Orchidlicious. Look at this. I've got a trick right here. I can play it for you. Check this out. So Word Guinness at some point started sending me emails about the word of the day, and I got this one today, and I thought that I would share it with y'all, because I think that now we're making up words. If we're being completely honest with everybody here, I believe that we are making up words. Chase, I truly appreciate it. I never feel like I deserve much of anything. I think that we work real hard for what we get in life, and so I truly appreciate it, brother. Orca here, I'm gonna have this guy say it for us.
Orchidaceous.
Orchidaceous is the word of the day. So orchidaceous means fresh, snowy, as an orchid, right? So check this out. They're going to use it in a sentence, and in the sentence it says the singer's outfit was colorful, shiny, and downright orchidaceous. Oh my God! I want y'all to remember that word, right? Because that's going to become probably my word of the month, if we're being honest. It's going to be orchidaceous or orchidaceous. Oh my. Oh my. All right, check this out. So let's pull up this screen real quick, and we are going to get right into it. Now, I'm thinking that I might like jump over to Fabian's page. I'll probably do that here in a minute. I'll do that here in just a second. I'll jump over to Fabian's page and pull that up. So what Fabian is talking about, Fabian showing me today, they have this new, it's going to kind of be like the Funko albums. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen like the Funko albums or anything like that, but Funko has made these albums here lately, and I really like the album. So they started, this guy right here, I think, is a leak that possibly is going to be coming out tomorrow in their DC / whatever it is that they're calling it. This guy right here is fire. Look, this is going to be, I think, #1 of the Action Comics with Superman. Now, most people don't know this, but Superman was the very first superhero in the United States. Right now, when I say superhero in the United States, I need everybody to remember that there's been superheroes since the age of time, right? So whether we go to like Greek gods and goddesses to even before that, right? I mean, so superheroes are nothing new to the world, right? I mean, I think that the comic book world kind of pulled them from being gods into superheroes, right? So we made a clear definition, a line in the sand to say as to which one is which. And I mean, this thing is fire. And this is one of them. Look, I'm going to tell you right off the jump, if you don't get on this one when they come out, If you don't get this guy pre-ordered, if you don't jump in line to buy him, you are going to miss out. And I think you're going to be upset that you missed out, because I think this guy right here is going to double, quadruple. I mean, he's going to go up in value so fast when he's released it. It's going to be insane. Now, everybody here knows that I'm not a reseller, that I'm not going after things to resell them, that I'm going to go after this guy to put him in my collection. But I will go after 2 of these guys so that I can put one in my collection and then put one of them up on the Patreon only giveaway. That way, at some point, I will be able to throw this guy in the Patreon only giveaway and get him out to the Patreons. And they're just a lot of fun. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, the link will be down in the description below. Go check that out. At the end of this video, guys, I'm going to challenge everybody here to stick around to the end of this video. I made a new outro for Mr. TechBot and myself and all of the guys that go live Saturday. So I made a new outro, and I was playing around, having a little bit of fun. So stay to the end of this video to go check that out. I think it's something that you'll like at the end of the day. Now let's see if I can get over to the original Funko. Now here we go. So I'm just going to kind of go through these day by day because I really haven't been keeping up with them. Now, earlier when I said that I want you to go to my polls, and this is why I want you to go to my polls, right? I want to know what you think about the Funko Fair. How do you think it went? Do you think it went well? Do you think it's misjointed? Are you happy with it? Because look, this is what I'm going to say, that there's some of it, right, that I'm truly happy about, right? There's some of it that I think was a good move on their part. But then there's other parts of it that kind of start to feel disjointed. It starts to feel separated. I feel that they kind of messed up when they did a lot of this, and they didn't hold true, right, to what they were doing already. They kind of moved away, and I wish they would have. I wish that the Funko Fair would continue down the same route that it's going now, right? I wish that they would have, on day one when they started off on the ride and they made it a whole entertaining feel out of it, I wish they would have kept that going. If they would have only kept that going, right, that would have been really cool, right? Elijah, thank you, brother, for listening. I truly appreciate everybody that's here listening, watching, whatever it is that you're doing. Feel free to jump in on the comments, though. I mean, man, jump in on those comments, because I want to know what y'all think. I want to know how you feel about things, because that's how we talk as a community. That's what we do when we hang out. This guy's okay. I'm not super impressed, but in the Funko Fair, some of them were super impressive, and some of them were not so impressive. And I feel like they had a couple of days there where I was really impressed, and then I feel like they had a couple of days there where I was just not so impressed, right? And it doesn't look like they have updated their Instagram since day 3. Could that even be possible? No, that's not possible. Okay, guys, I am sorry. I had to refresh that. So let's see. They got the art series Mickey Mouse. This is going to be a pretty fire series. I think the Mickey Mouse was really big to begin with. I think these will be pretty decent if we're being honest with each other. And I like being honest with you guys. I mean, it's so much easier to be honest than it is anything else. So I truly believe in being honest. I like these guys. I think that the Disney hype on Mickey Mouse is kind of starting to go away. Christina, Yessie Lou, appreciate you joining me, guys. I see y'all over there in the comments. Yessie Lou, oh man, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say. But next Wednesday, I have a video where Yessie Lou sent me a package. So make sure that you're checking out next Wednesday to see me open that package. Yessie Lou, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. So I think that a little bit of the Mickey Mouse Disney hype is kind of over with. I don't think that we're going to see monstrous amounts of hype on them. I think that they'll sell out within a couple of days, maybe a week. But I don't think that you're going to see the massive hype on these that you've seen in the past. I think that the Disney hype is kind of starting to fade out so far. Funko PDX says that he has 2 of these guys on pre-order so far. I missed 2 pre-orders that I'm kind of upset about at this moment. I missed King Kong and I missed Godzilla. I did not expect those pre-orders to sell out, but I do have like my name on the list, so when they come back up, Walmart will send me that email. And if y'all don't know, anytime that you're trying to get something pre-ordered through Walmart and it says that it's no longer available, they have a little spot down there that you can click that says notify me when this item's back available. You click that and they'll send you an email before it actually goes back on their site that'll give you a link, and I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour link that'll give you this little link that you can go and pick it up before they release it fully on their site. So remember that if Walmart has any of this stuff that you want to get and it's sold out, just go get put on the list. That way when it comes back, you'll be the first one in line to get it. And look, if you don't do that, then it's just kind of your fault that you missed it, right? I mean, look, let's be honest with each other. If you don't take the proper steps to get what you want, then at the end of the day, you know, it kind of falls on you at that point that you didn't get it. All right, let's see what we got right here. Now, the Lilo and Stitch, yes, I am a Lilo and Stitch kid. I really like everything Lilo and Stitch. I have not been big into collecting these guys though, so I guess that saying I'm a Lilo and Stitch guy is probably the wrong way to put it, right? But I grew up with this one. I think that Stitch is truly awesome. I like the Stitch on the ride there. Now that's probably one Stitch that I'm going to collect. There was only one other Stitch that I would have went after, and that would have been the Elvis Stitch. But I never got my hands on that one, and I didn't. It's been so long since then that I'm just not going to. So let's see. What else do we got right here? Now, the Lilo Stitch is okay. Let me get back over there and see what's next. Now, this Alice in Wonderland stuff is fire. I'm not going to lie to you at all. I am truly impressed with the Alice in Wonderland stuff. Now, the Cheshire, and I'm going to try and say that right, the Cheshire Cat, right? This one says that he's transparent. So if you will go over to the Funko app and check this guy out, they say that he's transparent. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a really concept picture of him, and that he's going to be some kind of a clear pop with maybe some kind of painting over the top of it. That's what I'm thinking we are seeing there. And Chase, I totally agree with you. Do not sleep on that Stitch, because I think if you sleep on that Stitch, you're going to get caught not having him at all, because that's one of them that Stitch has been pretty hot here in the past, and even into the kind of recentness where they came out with the scratch and sniff stiff is stiff Stitch. Here is some more Mickey Mouse, and as y'all know, there's a few things in this world that sells really well, right? Everything Disney sells really well. It's just the way life goes. Disney, anime, and sports, right, are all the things that sell really well consistently. They sell really well, so it makes it only makes sense that they went to the Disney, the anime, and the sports this year really heavy, right? Only makes sense to me. Now, I think this year might have taught them a lesson that not only does Disney sports and anime sell really well, but so does Star Wars, right? So there is a lot of Star Wars stuff out there right now that you will be able to pick up that we didn't always have here in the past, and it really looks like they kind of doubled down with their Star Wars stuff a little bit right at the beginning of the fair, but then they kind of started to slow down just a little, and so we've seen a couple of days where I've not been really impressed, but it also feels a little disjointed to me. It feels a little off. I don't understand really what they have going on for a lot of the days, and I don't like the idea that they didn't really. The first day they came out really strong. They came out. They did this whole thing where they came out together. They went through this little ride. They made it entertaining. They made me want to watch it. They made me want to see it. And then day 2 was just a couple of channel shout outs. Day 3 was just a couple of shout outs. Day 4 and 5, and I think we're on day 6 or 7 now, all exactly the same. They just brought some channels on there that said, woo, Funko's great. That's why you didn't see me on there, because I am the person that is real with you. Sometimes Funko is great, sometimes not so much. So they brought people on there that say, woo, Funko's great, and then that's it. And I just feel disappointed in the way that they did that. I feel like we got disjointed. I feel like it shouldn't have happened that way. And if you are still here right now, guys, I see 10 of y'all here. Make sure you hit those thumbs up, down there, up there, wherever it is right now. Make sure you throw a thumbs up real quick. Like this video, try and get it out. Make sure you check out my polls though before we're done here today. Go check out my polls. Give me your honest opinion. Terrell, that Alice really does look hot, and I think those are going to be some awesome sets. I think that the ones that you're going to see that do the best are going to be the Mad Hatter and the Cheshire Cat. They always do really well. Always. I did not know that that was a 10-inch Stitch. I am going to have to go check that out for real. Y'all all know that I got a slight obsession with the 10-inch Stitch artist series about an hour ago. And, you know, that's one of the things I'm going to say about this Funko Fair that I don't really know that I'm all that happy about. They are releasing every one of the pops, it seems like, the same day that they did it. So they're making it almost impossible for somebody to try and keep up with the releases that they have going on. I mean, it's one after another, after another, after another. Nancy, yeah, boy's wife, how are you doing? It is good to see you. Good to see you. Jiminy Cricket, yes, I absolutely have to agree with you. This Jiminy Cricket is going to be fire. So is this Pinocchio. And that's kind of why I've sat here and hovered on this one for a minute. I really like this stuff. I mean, this stuff, look, Funko has a way of doing some stuff from time to time, right? Funko has a way of reminding us of our childhood. Funko has a way of bringing us back to our childhood. And to me, that is priceless. To me, that is priceless to walk down here in my studio and find a Cheshire cat that reminds me of my childhood, or to find a Barney, or to find any of those guys. To me, is just priceless. And so that's the thing Funko does to us collectors, and that's why I think we continue to collect as much as we do. Now, I did not know that Jiminy Cricket was going to be a diamond series. So look, I was not like BSing you guys at all when I say that I wait and I come on here with y'all on the Thursdays and we talk about them. I did not know that. So now I'm even more impressed with this Jiminy Cricket than I was before. That tells me even more that he is just going to be fire. That's just going to be a group right there that if you get caught sleeping on them, you're not going to have them. Now, this, you know, I'm going to kind of flip this in another direction as well. And I see there that he's that diamond. Bam. What is BAM? Does anybody know what a BAM is? I don't know what a BAM is. And how would they have an exclusive? Huh. I'm going to have to definitely go check them out here at some point. I have no clue what a BAM is. not a single one. Is that a new company? Pull up the Books A Million. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Books A Million. Nancy, I don't necessarily know that I'm following. You'll have to let me know exactly what you mean. Books A Million. Is this the Books A Million guy that I'm looking at right here? The Jiminy Cricket? Man, I did not know that they had him in a Diamond series, so I'm going to have to go seek him out in the Diamond series just so, bam. Oh, Books A Million. Look at that. They're so clever. Look at that. They're so clever with the way they abbreviate stuff. Oh, man. Guys, I don't know how big of a fan I am at abbreviating things, right? So sometimes my daughter, she takes me in all abbreviations, and it's BAMU T what is it, T or she did all these abbreviations. I kind of need them spelled out. I was never real good at like doing the whole like trying to come up with things. I need it spelled out. I would have never known that was Books A Million. Bam. Yeah, well, here we go. Here we go with another abbreviation I got to remember. Oh man. All right, but anyways, getting on to the topic again. That is a pretty hot Jiminy Cricket. I am going to go look for that glitter edition now, and I'm going to watch how hip I'm about to look hip. Watch, I'm going to go to BAM. I'm going to go to BAM, and I'm going to find him here in a little. Oh man. All right, moving right along. So they have a chase variant. They have the diamond variants. I don't really know if that's a chase variant. To me, it looks a little weak to be a chase variant. I really wish that we would quit with the really weak chase variances. If it's going to be that weak, then don't call it a chase variant. Just have two variances of them. I mean, like you have the diamond and you have the regular Jiminy Cricket. They could have easily did the giant diamond edition is a chase versus so I don't know how I feel about that, but that's neither here nor there. I think that every one of these are strong with the exception of that chase variant. I really like how they have the cat who's going after the fish. I know that we all remember that part of the movie, or if you didn't remember that part of the movie, you do now. Right now at this moment, that part of the movie is going through your head at this moment. So if you don't remember it, you remember it at this moment, right? And this, I guess, is the most recent. Let me see. I'm going to get a closer picture of this. I think this is the most recent one. So this is going to be day see, it doesn't tell me what day it is. I wish it would tell me what day it is, but it does not. So I think this is, yeah, so this is going to be day 8 that we're coming into. And now we're about to come into day 7. Now, day 7, I think, is going to feel a little different for me, right? Because this is going to come into a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily collect. I think, though, that we all can agree that this guy right here is fire. Man, that King Kong and Godzilla is fire. I mean, just fire. Jay says, I sent you the link. I appreciate it, brother. I am definitely going to get on there and check it out. I think that every one of us can agree that the new King Kong Godzilla is fire. I don't look, they were on it when they come out with those guys. They knew what they were doing. I love how they did the paint job on them. Now, that paint job was pulled off very easily, and if that's something that you want to talk about in the future, I'll bring up a poll at some point if you want to talk about that stuff. But that paint job was done really easy. I mean, if you have an airbrush at home, you could do this exact same paint job on just about any one of your pops with a little bit of paint and water. Guaranteed, just about any of us could pull this off. That is fire, though, that they did that. I mean, you're just not going to see that come from Funko too often. I mean, they took a lot of time, a lot of care, and a lot of effort when it came into doing these. And just like Chase says, man, I mean, both of these guys are just, man, they are on it, man. I mean, I am really impressed with Godzilla and King Kong, and I definitely need to get my hands on those guys to put them in my 10-inch collection. We're going to get into some stuff that I'm not real familiar with, so I'm just going to kind of blow through it. I don't really know who this guy is. I'm sure that it's a cartoon of some sort, but it looks like a whole lot of the cartoon stuff came out here. These guys are some more that I'm not like 100% clear on what they are. I don't know if these are like before me or I don't really know. Then we have Super Chicken. I don't know who Super Chicken is, but Super Chicken looks really cool. I have no clue, though, on who he is. And let's see what my buddy says over here. I don't know who they are, Terrell. I mean, if we're being honest, I have no clue. They look cool. I mean, they're pretty decent pops, but I just don't have a clue on what some of these are. The regular ones have the same metallic color. I mean, they're pretty hot. Now, this, what are they calling him? Super Chicken. Super Chicken, I guess, is coming from a cartoon. Y'all have to throw a comment over there and let me know if this is coming from a cartoon, but I'm just going to assume that this guy is coming from a cartoon. He looks pretty cool. I mean, let's be honest with each other. I don't know who he is, but I might collect him just so that I have a Super Chicken in my house. I think everybody needs a Super Chicken. As a matter of fact, I have a chicken costume. It's one of those, Walmart had those suits, you know, I think that they're made for pajamas or whatever it is that they're made for, that you could zip up over your thing. And I had my appendix taken out, and I had way too much time sitting at the house, so I got me one of those suits. I went to my daughter's school. I made sure that I picked her up in the drive. I made sure that I was out of the vehicle when I did it, because that's just the dad that I am. I mean, it was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun. So Chase says, free chicken cartoon. I did not know that, from 1967. I mean, they went way back on this guy. So the Jiminy Cricket 2-pack King Kong from Barnes & Noble, that is up there. Pretty cool, though. I'm definitely going to have to go check them out. Nancy says that some animation guys... Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about some of this stuff. But here's the thing, Nancy, right? We don't really have to know who they are to appreciate the artwork that went into them, right? And that's how I feel on a lot of this stuff, right? I don't really have to watch it to appreciate the artwork that was put into him. They have some of this really cool, and I want to say that this is, and I guess I'm wrong. Oh man, I was thinking that this was going to be some Rick and Morty stuff, and this is not Rick and Morty. Is this seriously not Rick and Morty? Can somebody over there throw me a comment and tell me this is not Rick and Morty? I just looked at it, and I didn't see anywhere on there that said Rick and Morty, which seems really odd to me. It says that it doesn't really tell me. It just says that it's solar opposites. I thought that was going to be some Rick and Morty stuff. Shows you what I know. Shows you exactly what I know. But I see some other, that's solar opposites is the name of it. Okay, so we do have some Rick and Morty stuff right here with the whole dragons and all of that stuff. I thought that that's what we had over there as well. We are going to come into another guy that I have no clue who he is. He's going to be from the Mac from Foster Homes. Looks super cool. I can see that being a pretty cool pop. Don't know who he is. Here's another one that I'm not 100% sure. I do know that the Hot Topic has this guy in Flocked, and I don't know who these guys are neither. Don't have a clue who they are. Chase says, yes, those are the Solar Opposite anime series. Pretty funny. I've never seen it. I'm going to have to go check those out. And that's the other thing about Funko, right? Not only do they bring us back to our childhood, but they cause us to go check things out from time to time that we would have otherwise not checked out at all, right? So I am definitely going to have to go check those guys out and see what's going on with that one, right? So I will have to go check those out and see what they're going on. Nancy, let's see, moving right back into this. We have, and this looks like the red dog, and I want to say that this is the big red dog, big red dog, big red dog. I wonder if they did him in a 10-inch. Is he in a 10-inch? Does anybody know? That guy's not in a 10-inch, right? Could he be a big red dog without being in a 10-inch? It doesn't say 10-inch. So is he really big red dog, or is he something different, right? I mean, because if they didn't do him in a 10-inch, then I would just naturally have to say that it's probably something different. Clifford, that's right, Clifford. Oh man, that shows my age when it comes to a lot of this stuff, and the fact that I don't have kids that are that age anymore. I don't really sit down and watch that stuff or get into it, but I do know of the show, right? So I do know of the show. I know that it's a real thing. The flocked one doesn't come with the little. I don't know. I wasn't following in that one. I guess I don't know. But anyways, I would think that he would be in a 10-inch if he's going to be the big red dog. Then I would think that he was going to have to be big red dog, right? Maybe he's not a big red dog. Maybe he's the little red dog. Maybe he's Clifford the little red dog. Here we go. So we're going to get into this one and this is what y'all were talking about a second ago. Like I said, I don't come on here and look at these until I hang out with y'all. So y'all had me a little confused when y'all were like, what a flock one? And I was thinking, well, I don't see a flock one. Well, now it makes perfect sense. The flock one I see what you're saying now. The flock one's not coming with the dog, and I guess this one is coming with a Pop and Buddy, which I wonder if this is going to be it is going to be a play on like things, right? So normally when they come out with the buddies, right, or they come out with that one, it's normally a cat or a dog or something like that, and it's much smaller than the Pop. This time the person's going to be much smaller than the Pop to give it the illusion, right, that it's big red dog. I totally get it. I think they should have did it in a 10-inch though. If they would have done it in a 10-inch, I think that it would have just pushed it that much further, right? They would have pushed it out just that much more, right, into the whole grand scheme of things. So I think they should have pushed him out a little bit more, made him a little bit bigger, and it would have just, or maybe that's like their plans down the road, because we know how Funko likes to do things like that. These minions are a scary rabbit hole. I mean, a scary rabbit hole, because what happens is you can put these minions in every shape, way, form, or fashion that you could have possibly imagined. A lot like the aliens that they came out with, right? And I know that my buddy Mr. TechBot, Chris over there at Mr. TechBot, he's gotten into the aliens, and that is a dangerous rabbit hole, especially if you're a completionist, right? Hey, yeah, boy's wife says they should make it in the 18-inch. You were exactly right. They should do that big red dog in an 18-inch, and that thing would be pretty fire at that point. Hell, I might even have one then. I could put him up right beside the door and scare everybody as they open it. So, anyways, I wonder how my dog would react to that. Oh, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, they definitely should make that in an 18-inch. So these are dangerous, a lot like the aliens, because they're going to come out with these guys in so many different ways. They're going to be holding flowers. They're going to be blowing flowers. They're going to be dressed up like the 60s. They're going to be dressed up like the 70s. They're going to start coming out with the hip hop line. They're going to start coming out with a metallic, a orange, a green, a chrome, a pink, a purple, and blue before you know it. And there's just going to be a lot of these aliens. I mean, a lot of them. So these to me are just dangerous when it comes right down to it. Now, I like the Minions movie. It's super cool. It's super awesome. But yes, yeah, boy's wife, it is a dangerous rabbit hole to follow down, and I am not going down it either. I mean, because before you know it, you will have a ridiculous amount of minions in your collection. And I like the movie, I just don't like it that much. These pens are really cool, and I'm going to kind of browse these if you're into them. I'm not really into the pens. To me, they're too big. I've discussed this before. They're too big to put on a backpack. You just can't get them on your backpack. And if you do get them on your backpack, you're only going to be able to possibly put two, right? I mean, because it's just not going to happen. She says, my classroom, oh, well, yeah, boy's wife, I appreciate you for being a teacher. I definitely appreciate you trying to help the youth and your social work that you're doing. To me, that's absolutely amazing. Now, coming into this year, I was a substitute teacher for our local school. I'm not doing it this year, but that's what I was doing. So I truly appreciate you shaping the minds of our youth. That is really awesome. I really appreciate you. I'm sure everybody here appreciates you. So let me thank you right now for donating, because I'm going to call it a donation. And I don't know if a lot of people here know this, but teachers really don't make that much money. In the grand scheme of life, teachers are not making that much money. Now it depends on your degree and how far you went in school as to how much you make, but they're still dramatically underpaid for people that you want to influence your child, for people you want to help your child, for the goodness of our community. They are well underpaid. So Nancy, let me thank you. I named my dog Minion. Yes, hello, that's pretty fire. That's a good idea. Good idea. All right, now let me keep going. These pins are pretty fire, and I'm just not that into them. If I was into them, I would definitely be out there collecting them. If I was wanting any of these, I would want the Chase variants of, and I want to say that he is the last Airbender. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say that that's what his role in all of this is, or he's the Avatar, not the last Airbender, something to that effect, right? Or I don't really remember. Anyways, that dude is really cool. I like the Chase variants of him, but still, I can't put him on my backpack, so I'm not running out to buy him. Here we go with these guys. Oh, man, look. I can't tell y'all how cool I think these guys are. I mean, these guys are really cool. Now, these are not the 10 inches, so I don't know that I want any of them out of this group, but the one where Godzilla is doing some kind of water fire. I don't necessarily know like what kind of fire we call that, whether it's some kind of aquamarine like blazing fire. I don't really know what's going on. Funko Illuminati, hey brother, how are you doing today? We truly appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. So Nancy says that she has been a school teacher for 19 years with the special needs. Oh, you must be a saint. So my favorite class to substitute was your ESL kids, which tend to be a little bit more of your troubled kids, because you know as well as I do, English as a second language pulls in guys from other countries, and their beliefs and our beliefs tend to not line up. I truly still love those guys. So if y'all are watching this, I know y'all are like up on my channel. I truly appreciate y'all. I miss you guys. But Nancy, we truly appreciate you. You must be a saint. And like I said, school teachers are truly underpaid, so we should thank our teachers more and appreciate the fact that they are shaping the youth, shaping our youth, right? I mean, they are shaping the minds of our youth, and we should truly appreciate our teachers more than we do. So if you just have somebody that you know as a school teacher, tell them thank you for helping your children out from time to time, instead of giving them a hard time all the time. All right, moving off that subject, here we go with some more guys that I have no clue on who they are. Here is his dark material. These guys look really cool. It looks like 3 out of the 4 all come with some kind of a pet. We have the rabbit, a monkey, and a cat. I want to say it could be something else, but that's what it looks like. Yes, my ESL, I really like my ESL kids. They're just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I don't know who these guys are. I'm going to just kind of like blow through them real quick. And what do we have right here? Happy Days. Oh, I did not see these guys. Ah, the fawns. They are fire. Wow, man. I'm on that set. I am on that set, and I don't know that you need any of them out of that set other than the Fawns. I can't think of it, or maybe Archie. I mean, so maybe you're after Archie, maybe you're after the Fawns. I don't really know about the other characters, to be honest with y'all. I don't even know who their names are, other than the fact one of them has it on his hat, or maybe that's where he works, right? Maybe that was where he works, not necessarily where it was at, right? But those are some pretty awesome ones, right? I really like those. So let's see. We're gonna move off the Happy Days. I knew coming into these. Before I go any further, I knew coming into the TV and the movie and all of that they were going to pull on my heartstrings when it came to those. I knew they were, because like I said at the beginning of this, I discovered that my biggest collection of all was going to be the movies line, right? So I have more movies and more TV. I mean, you could see right here, there's like a whole section of movies and TV versus the rest of my pop. So I have like 15 Deadpools. I got like 100 or so movies and TVs, right? So I knew that they were going to be pulling at my heartstrings when it came right down to those. I just knew they were, and that's exactly what they are doing. So we have Happy Day, excuse me, guys. Then we have Frasier here. Now, I've never been like big into Frasier, but I can appreciate the show. I can appreciate the work and the effort that went into it. I'm just not that big into it. It's not something that I'm going to be going after. Bewitched is pretty fire, and anybody who grew up with parents that were in that era have watched this time and time again. So they had the I can't remember their names, but it's the mother and daughter. Both of those are truly cool. I love the fact that they actually have her on the broomstick. I mean, to me, they did something when they put her on the broomstick. And I like when Funko gets creative, right? And they take them off the ground with those acrylic stands. If you ever like put something on yourself in that acrylic stand, it gives it such a different presence. Like you wouldn't believe like the way it changes, like the whole dynamics, right? It changes everything the second you put it on yourself in that acrylic stand. Let's see. A Wiggler nose, absolutely right. I mean, look, that's a great set. I like that set. Now, maybe that's coming in a 2-pack, or is that going to be in a single pack? I don't really know. I really haven't kept up with a lot of these because, like I said, they start to make it kind of difficult to keep up with after a while. This is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle oversized. Now, I want to say that oversized means 6-inch. Could anybody throw a comment over there? I don't know exactly. I think they're calling jumbo the 10-inch and oversized now the 6-inch. And I'm going to tell you why I think they changed the name of these guys. They changed the name of these guys for one reason alone, that a lot of times your 10-inch pops are not really 10-inch pops. A lot of times your 6-inch pops are not really 6-inch pops, right? They say they are, but look, if y'all watch me and y'all know my videos, y'all know that I take them out and I fully inspect them, and I wind up breaking out the tape measures and all of that stuff just to really see, right, what he looks like. But I want to say that supersize now means 6-inch, right? So yeah, that's right. So Nancy got me over there. 6-inch is going to be supersized, and now the 10-inch is going to be jumbo, right? So it's kind of strange to me that they're doing that. They just don't call them 6-inch. But anyways, that's because they're not really 6 inches or 10 inches. They were just close enough to call them that way for government work, right? And we know how close enough for government work goes. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones, this is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. I don't really know how fast he's going to sell. I don't really remember this guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was kind of into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as I was a kid. I knew all the characters, all their names, who did what, how they did it, from point A to point Z, so I don't really know. This is the Umbrella Academy. I think they've come out with some of this stuff before, and that's kind of the problem when it starts getting into the Marvel side of the world, is the Marvel stuff is just kind of recycled and regurgitated, and I'm going to show you what I mean if we get to that today, right? Let's see. I like the fact that they're coming out with more G.I. Joe stuff. I love the fact that they came out with the female G.I. Joes. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when I was a kid, a lot of people called this like the guy's Barbie. I'm still okay with them calling this the boy Barbie. I am absolutely okay with it. I collected them hardcore. Let me tell you something that me and my uncle actually did with these guys. I had one of the coolest uncles in the entire planet. I'm totally convinced of it. I actually had a couple of uncles. Well, probably all of my uncles were super, super cool. And I had one of them that bought do y'all remember when they came out with like, and I want to say it's like a 10-inch G.I. Joe. The articulation in them wasn't that great. They weren't real expensive. It was a lot like a Barbie, right? I mean, it was a 10-inch G.I. Joe. They had some of them had like cloth on them. They weren't really built that well. They were really meant to probably just be kept in the box or something to that effect. But anyways, where I'm going with this is my uncle went out and brought like 3 or 4 of these guys. My uncle lived in Texas. We went up to Texas to visit him for a week, and he had this BB gun, and he went out and bought like 3 or 4 of those oversized G.I. Joes, or like 10-inch G.I. Joes. And then he took his sod backyard, and dug trenches in his sod backyard to put these G.I. Joes in. And then we stepped out on the porch, and we would see who could shoot the most G.I. Joes with a limited amount of ammunition, right? So you would only have like maybe 10 BBs in there, and see if you could knock down the 4 G.I. Joes with your 10 BBs. One of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life as a child. And it's funny how you remember things like that as an adult, right? So that's the kind of stuff that I like to do with like the younger generation now, because it just sticks as a positive moment in your mind. And that's what those guys right there remind remind me of. They remind me of my uncle taking me in the backyard, digging trenches in his sod yard, by the way, and setting these guys up so that we could sit on the porch and shoot them. Now, they're doubling down with these some kind of it looks like it's a, I'm going to say that it's a lunch box they have going on here that is going to be a GameStop exclusive on the G.I. Joe side, and I guess maybe the Transformers. So maybe, okay, so each mystery box contains one lunchbox, 2 keychains, and 1 decal and 1 pin. Only at GameStop. These guys are going to be fire. And I'm going to have to go check those out. I'm not going to lie to you. If they are reasonably priced, I will have to pick a couple of them up. I mean, one having the toolboxes. One having the lunch boxes is pretty cool. 2, I can always like throw them in as giveaways at some point in fashion. Now, I think that they've like really like stomped up and down on the Office Space stuff. I don't really know like how I feel about the overwhelming amount of Office Space stuff that they still just continue to come out with. But I mean, they just continue to come out with more and more and more, right? Office Space. And I think at some point they really need to slow down on their Office Space. But you know how Funko is. Funko likes to beat things into the ground before they stop doing them. So now we're going to be on day 5, and I think day 5 was their like movie day, or maybe it was their TV day. I don't really remember. I've had a hard time keeping up with them because they just got disjointed, and it felt to me a lot like your 12 Days of Christmas. It got disjointed, it got confusing, it got all kinds of things. Funko drove up GameStop. That is not necessarily true. So Terrell, this is kind of something that I keep up with. The Funko stock has went up like 100, I think it was 1,600 points or 160 points in the last few days. So what happened is you have monstrous companies out there that have hedge funds, right? And in these hedge funds, they purposely drove up a few different companies on purpose. And this is kind of done a lot. It just hasn't been really, it hasn't been so obviously done, right? So they obviously drove up the price of these few companies to inflate the stock, to make it hard, basically to make a lot of money, right? Let's just put it that way. Well, look, they basically con the system to make a lot of money, and it's working for them. Now, I think that maybe they're going to see some kind of repercussions on it, but I think giving them repercussions is going to be really hard, because just because I inflate something doesn't mean that it's just because I purposely inflate something doesn't mean I did anything illegal. It just means that I used my money to inflate something in the way that I wanted to do it. But Terrell, I'm going to tell you one quick piece of advice. They are about to inflate the price of silver. They say that silver has been underpriced for a long time, and they're about to take their hedge funds and go after the price of silver. So if you don't have any silver in your stock or portfolios, we're going to like move into some kind of like stock channel for a second, which is kind of weird. You should probably invest in some silver. That way, when they push it up through the roof, then you can dump it and make a little money, because it will probably eventually go right back down. I kind of wish that I owned some GameStop stock before this happened, because I would be selling it at this moment. I mean, now that it has went through the roof, it is time to let it go. Now, the Sloth is fire. I like both of these guys. Both of them to me are really awesome. Now, I think all of the Goonie stuff is really awesome. So I think it's really cool that Fabian chimed in over there and said that he wanted the Sloth, because I just did not know that his generation knew who the Sloth was. Man, I think it's really cool when Fabian's generation and our generation kind of start to come together, right? And we kind of like, we appreciate the same things. And man, Fabian, I appreciate you, but I really do. That's really cool that you even know who they are. So I'm going to move on from that and see what else we got. We have White Men Can't Jump. Oh man, this is kind of wrong in so many different levels, but this was a really cool movie. Nancy, have a great day. It was good hanging out with you. I truly appreciate it. That was a really cool movie. I don't know that I'll be running out anytime soon to pick them up, but that was a really cool movie. I mean, that was one of them, right, that I could see, right? And Fabian says, oh, yeah, see the movie like 50,000 times. Yeah, 50,000 times at least 50,000 times. All right, let's go. We have White Man Can't Jump, and then we are moving into Cool Running. Is that what that is? Cool Running, right? Cool Running. Let me go back and read that. Yes, that is going to be from Cool Running. I did not know that was a Disney film, though. Cool Running is a pretty cool pop, and then it looks like we have all. So I want to say that this is Jim Carrey. Is that Jim Carrey? I think that's Jim Carrey. I could somebody throw a comment over there and is that's Jim Carrey, right? So is that Jim Carrey in Cool Running? Hmm. Hmm. That's really cool. So I can't remember exactly who that is. Those are some really awesome pops right at the end of the day. Let's see what else we have here. We have Dracula. Now, this is pretty cool. And I like the fact that they did a chase variance. This is a rather weak chase variance. I wish that they would have did a lot like they did with some of the other pops and had like blood running down his mouth, right? So that it would have John Candy. That's it. Ha! I was trying to find it. I appreciate that, guys. I was looking. I was steady trying to search my brain. You know, you have that little guy in your library up there, and that little guy's on the ladder, and he's running all around. He's trying to find names. That's what was going on at that moment. So these are some really cool pops. I think that is a weak chase variant, right? I really believe that that's a weak chase variant, right down to the fact that I believe that that is a weak chase variant. I think they could have did more with him, right? They could have just done more, and they didn't do it, and I wish they would have. But that's okay. Those are some really cool pops at the end of the day. I love that they got the top hat on that one character, and I don't know who he is, so I'm not going to pretend like I know who he is. This is going to be from Fast and Furious 9, so it's going to be Vin Diesel and I'm not 100% sure. So it's Vin Diesel and somebody. You will have to throw a comment over there and let me know exactly who that is as well, because I just can't seem to put my, I know that I should know this, but I can't seem to put my finger on it. We have Spike Lee. Now, this is a really cool pop. I love the fact that he's got like some kind of knuckle rings going on there. I'm gonna be excited to see exactly how they pull that off, right? To see if they can, how they pull it off, how the paint job's gonna look, because I see a lot on this guy that has the potential to go wrong, right? I just see a lot that has the potential to go wrong. So let's move from there and see what else we have. We have they're really doubling down on these guys. So I'm just going to assume that this guy's from Harry Potter, and he is. It's going to be another like clear Harry Potter. Moving on to day 5. Now day 5 is where I was talking earlier, where a lot of these guys are recycled, right? A lot of these guys are recycled. This is not one of them. It's going to be like some picks of the day. We're going to like blow by them. We're going to move into the Kansas City. The football I don't really keep up with. We have the minis that are super cool. These things I think have been out for a while. Some more Dino minis and the grill minis. All those things are really cool. Now I don't think they've been out for a while. Those have to be fairly new ones altogether. And it looks like they've kind of like no. So we have some more wrestling. We have these guys right here. So these guys I think are pretty cool, but I think that they are trying to double down on the Blacklight series. So I see nothing. Who's him? I don't understand, baby. I don't understand. We can't see him. Who can't you see? Funko drops new Deadpool pops on Twilight. That's right. It's exactly how that works. That is exactly how that works, baby. They drop more Deadpool pops and my wallet starts to cry. So these guys, I think they are doubling down, right, on the whole Blacklight series. So I know that 4 of these are going to be Blacklight. So you have the Iron Man, the Captain America, Spider-Man, and Thor. I know are all Blacklight. I don't know if that Spider-Man is Blacklight, but I know that they made the other ones in a Blacklight, which, that goes back to that they're doubling down on the Blacklight stuff. And, when Funko finds something to work, they double, triple, quadruple, double. They just keep coming out with it until there's no tomorrow. Now, here we go. I think this is kind of not where we left off last time, but this is kind of getting close. The Iron Hammer there, right? Now, I know they're making this in what they're calling the jumbo size, which means he's going to be in that 10-inch, but this guy has been made before. The difference between this one and the previous one is the previous one was holding the hammer with both hands, so he would have had it in his right and left hand. This one, he is holding it in one hand, and it was a Walgreens exclusive, and it is the exact same pop, with the exception that they took and went from one hand to 2 hands. Now, I do really like that Ghost Rider holding the chains. I think that thing is fire. Hands down, that thing is fire, and I really like what they're doing there. Now, I think that he's going to go fast. He's a GameStop exclusive. Anytime they come out with glows or metallics, you want to jump on those guys as fast as you can, because that's just, man, they fly off the shelves, and then you can't get your hands on them. Then the what do we call those? The scalpers get their hands on them, and then they want $9,000 for the small piece of vinyl, as they always do. Now, this is really cool. So this is going to be Caesar. This is going to be the grill. This is the Baristo. So the bearded guy is what they are calling the Barista Deadpool. And then they have the Dino Deadpool and Spanish Deadpool. I don't really know. And then we have the Artist Caesar is what I think that they called him. I don't really remember. It was something strange to that effect. Fabian said just a minute ago they dropped new Deadpool Wayne's Wallet. I have pre-ordered every one of these guys on Entertainment Earth, which is just going to be ridiculous. It'll probably get me in the doghouse for a week, because they're all going to drop on the same day. We all know that they are. They'll all drop on the same day, at the same time, at the same place, and I will be trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with them. These Spider-Mans are also recycled. So let's see. Just about every one of these guys at some point have popped up at Walgreens, and if they haven't popped up at Walgreens, they've either come in at different colors and something is just a little different. So I am a lot disappointed with the Marvel lineup when it comes right down to it, because they recycled these guys like there is no tomorrow. There is just no tomorrow on how much they recycled those. Elijah, you can actually go get the Deadpool on the throne. He is at GameStop the last time I seen. I have not picked him up yet, because I seen him at my local GameStop and he would have been in the 6-inch, but I was convinced that they were coming out with a 10-inch. I'll have to get on, when I get off of here, I will definitely have to go check that out. He says, since they finished the school, I'm going to try. Yes, so you definitely need to go check out the school. So Fabian has decided that he's going to put school first. I truly appreciate everybody who supports him. I mean, because that is definitely like what he needs to do. He definitely needs to put his schooling first, and remember that we will all still be here when he gets done with his schoolwork, right? Fabian, go get your schoolwork done, brother. We appreciate it. Go get some sleep. Do whatever it is exactly you need to do, right? All right, moving on from there, we have what I was saying a second ago, though, is I'm just kind of disappointed in the Marvel lineup. This Stan Lee, I am not disappointed in. This one is another GameStop exclusive, and so far, all of these guys have been GameStop exclusives, and I think that they are pretty fire. This is going to be the Stan Lee street art. I think that my local GameStop told me that he's already for pre-order. So if you want to go like get him for pre-order, he's already for pre-order. Fabian, have a good day, brother. He is already out there for pre-order. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out. And let's see what else we have. We have WandaVision. Now, this is not a Funko Fair, or maybe it is a Funko Fair. I don't know why they're calling it a Funko Fair. They are calling these a Funko Fair, though, but I know that 3, 4, 5 of these guys have already been out. I don't necessarily know about the Wanda, the pregnant Wanda. I don't know that I've seen the pregnant Wanda, but I have the 50s Wanda. I don't have the Chase version. So wow, that means that Funko was sending these out even before the fair, which that seems really weird to me that they were sending them out even before the fair. I don't really understand why they would have done that, but look, we don't really understand Funko anyway, so they are calling those part of the Funko Fair. I already have both of the 50 series. Not black. I keep wanting to say black light for some reason. And then as we get into days 4 and 5 and 3, so we've already all been over those, and so I'm not going to like keep recycling that. But guys, hey, don't forget that tomorrow, Mr. TechBot and myself, we go live every Friday at 6 p.m. I almost said that wrong. 6 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, right? So make sure you come check out Mr. TechBot and myself, guys. If you are not a part of my Patreon, go check that out. The link is down below. But before I get out of here, right, I kind of want to show you this. I've been working on this little. It's going to be a little outro for our live we do on Saturdays. I just want your opinion real quick, and then we'll get off of here. But check this out real quick. Tell me what you.
And if you are not already subscribed to these channels, this is the universe telling you that this is the time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, don't forget to turn on that bell notification. None of us really know why that bell notification is there, but you should definitely have it turned on for all the latest and greatest videos coming to you on the tube.
Hey, so tell me what you think about that, right? Is that something you could get into? I kind of like that one. So I think that's going to be our new Saturdays. Don't forget, every Saturday at 3:30. Now this Saturday, it might actually be this Sunday because I have a swim meet this Saturday and I just thought about it, so I'm going to have to message the guys to see if they're cool with coming on Sunday. So it'll probably be this Sunday at 3:30 versus this Saturday at 3:30, but I don't 100% know, but just remember that we go live and we do the whole WandaVision review. If WandaVision's not something that you've gotten into or something that you haven't seen, definitely don't come check us out until you've seen it, because we are going to do spoilers the entire hour that we're live together, right? So guys, just remember that I truly appreciate everybody for coming and hanging out with me. It is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun coming on here and talking about what's released and what's going on. But guys, have a good day. I truly appreciate you.